in there.
It's the fappening.
You're always destined to say something hilarious when this thing starts.
I wait for the live thing to turn on, and then I say the first, like, offensive thing that pops into my head.
Oh, so you mean this is all just an act? I thought you were just funny.
Or I could just be funny. I'm just funny.
Well, that makes me feel better about my life.
Yeah. Makes me feel horrible about mine.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to do that to you.
What the fuck?
What?
Eli 5, is it true that you get faster speeds using an Ethernet cable? And if so, why? Fucking seriously. I'm done with you, Reddit. Go home, you're drunk. Right.
You realize those people on there are probably... Like,
5?
Yeah, 5.
Because they're in the explain like I'm 5?
Yeah, they really have no idea what they're actually talking about.
Man. Dude, I tell you what, man, this going to the gym every day shit, man, it's like, I am tired tonight, dude. Like, I swam 18 laps in 30 minutes.
That's a lot of that's a lot of laps.
That's it. 18 laps, 30 minutes. I'm 400 pounds.
Is this a Olympic size pool?
Yeah, it's a short Olympic pool, so it's like 75.
Oh, the short Olympic pool.
It's like the short bus.
Right.
You know, like the short bus. It's exactly like the short bus actually, because it's a short pool and it's full of retards.
Okay. Okay.
Oh my god.
Well,
No, retards and old. Actually, not really retards, just old people.
just old people who may
Man,
as well be
there's
retarded.
so many old people hang out in the fucking pool at the health club.
They just want to get in shape before they die.
They're not gonna get in shape because they're just fucking off. They're not doing anything.
One day you're gonna be old, Kyle.
And I'll be dead. I'm not gonna get to old. I'm gonna be like, on my last day of young, I'm just gonna die.
What at what age is that?
I don't know.
Like,
When do people start calling you old?
I don't know. I think around 50 is when it's like you're old. You know, I think.
Well, that's it then.
Yeah, I think 40s is like midlife. You know, and like 50s where like people start looking at you and going, you know, he's getting pretty old up there. I think, you know, and then obviously 60s is when you get senior discounts and you can retire and such. So.
Yeah, so probably 60s.
Yeah, but I mean, like, 60s is like real old. I feel like 50s is old.
Real old. My dad's 63.
Yeah, your dad's like real old.
He's not real old.
He's real old to me.
He cuts all the grass on his entire street.
Are
just because he's retired and bored?
Are your dad's balls wrinkly?
I'm not sure. My balls are wrinkly. I bet his balls are wrinkly.
Oh my God, you're old.
Whose balls aren't wrinkly? And don't say like a 5-year-old's, because if you're looking at a 5-year-old's balls, you got problems.
That's very nice of you to assume that.
What?
That I would be. I don't know. Anyway, can we start the show? Can we?
No.
Are we starting the show?
No.
No,
we're not gonna have a show this week, folks. We're just gonna sit here and bullshit for an hour and then go to sleep. Okay, we're both tired.
Oh man.
Kyle's been working 10-hour days, and Kyle's been going to the gym. Those are two separate Kyles, by the way. You figure out which one.
Well,
we don't have enough plays on our name jokes anymore. We got over that. You remember when I used to walk into Radio Shack all the time and be like, "Hey, Kyle, what's going on?" And you'd be like, "What? Not much, Kyle. How you do? You know, how's it going, Kyle?" And I'd be like, "Oh, pretty good, Kyle. How's your mom, Kyle?" And we just kept doing that, and everybody else is looking at us for like, "You guys are fucking idiots."
I'm pretty sure people would still look at us like that.
I don't care. I don't care. Look at me like I'm an idiot. That's fine. That's what I want you to do. I want you to look at me like I'm an idiot.
Good times.
Do you want me to tell you about my new hobby?
What's
on
your
the
new hobby?
weekends? My new hobby is why the fuck is my password not in eBay?
That's a weird hobby.
I've I bought a bunch of used flash drives off of eBay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna run data recovery on them to see what information I can get out of them.
That's
Like
that's like, what are you doing with your life, Kyle? Like, what do you
you know,
planning?
and not even to use it for anything nefarious or nothing. I'm just playing around and learning new stuff.
Okay,
You know.
that's still horrible though. We should just instead of you like blatantly stealing people's information or
I ain't stealing shit. I
files.
paid for that flash drive. It's mine.
You should just give me some flash drives and I'll save random files to them, delete them, and then I'll give them back to you.
But that's too easy.
Why is that too easy?
Because if you just put a bunch of shit on there and then delete it and then hand it back to me, then it's gonna, I'm always gonna find that.
Okay, well, I don't know, I'll do something else with it or another, but you get the idea. Like, essentially, I just want to leave you
But
love
I
notes.
can get all the information in your computer,
No,
like
you can't.
at any time.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
You probably can.
Yeah, I know, because I can go over to your house and I can ask you to turn your computer on and then go downstairs. And you'll do it. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say I can just go over to your house and tell you to turn on your computer and I'll start looking at shit. What are you gonna do about it, bitch? I'm just gonna look at your shit.
No, I don't even. That's the thing. You're my friend, so I don't even have to be that mean about it. Like, I could just be like, "Hey, turn your computer on. Type in your password for me. Okay, now go downstairs and get me a beer. And while you're downstairs, I'll just while your shit, you know."
Go downstairs and get me a beer. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good. That's classic. Classic Kyle. Classic Kyle right there.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay. Well, guess what, everyone? It's Monday night. As I'm gonna do that again. Hey, everyone! It's Monday.
Yay, Monday! And it's time for that podcast where we only talk to each other once during the week.
That's the way it's become, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the
Well,
way
this
it's
week
become.
anyway. Yeah,
This week's been a crazy week. Well, I'm Kyle McCauley. This is the Extra Live Show. I'm joined with me tonight, as always, is the other Kyle Penrod.
Woo!
Chipper.
Couldn't think of nothing else. I'm too tired. My brain ain't working.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's been a long week. It's been a very long week. What have you been doing this week, Kyle?
You mean like what have I been playing or what have I been doing?
No. I want to know. I want to know personal lives, like bank
Oh.
account numbers and social security.
4693.
Wait. Yours is 469. Really? Like starts 469. So does mine.
469. 578. Good luck finding the bank though, cause nah, I'm not that ballsy. I'd never say my fucking account number on the internet. Any account number on the internet, too.
That's honestly for the best. You don't want to.
Yeah.
Don't want to do that.
Never know where that's gonna wind up.
I know exactly where it's gonna wind up in my bank account. Hey-o!
It's gonna wind up on the internet. Yay! I really thought that's what you were gonna say.
Yeah.
There's no telling where it's gonna wind up. Yeah, it's gonna wind up on the internet. Well, no shit, you know.
Derp derp.
Oh
man, I apologize tonight if we're a little goofy and off the wall. I'm running on 9-10 days of work and no breaks and little sleep. And I'm sure Kyle's feeling about the same. So it's gonna be a fun show tonight.
Yay!
Yay!
I'm telling you, man, we just fuck structure. Let's just sit here and bullshit for like an hour.
That's just
Ultimately fall asleep on camera and have the longest live stream ever because with two guys sleeping on camera.
We should do that in the middle of the show, just stop and pretend like we're sleeping, just in case somebody happens to come across it. It's just us sleeping.
Oh my god.
With alternating snores, that way the camera keeps flipping back and forth.
Oh yeah, we'd have to time our snoring.
Yes. So.
Ooh man, silver's coming down in price, dude. What the?
Are you looking at the price of silver?
It's on my page, dude. It's right there.
Wow.
Tabbed browsing, man. Come on, this is like something that was new in the 90s. I think it came out in the 90s.
No, I'm pretty sure that was early 2000s.
Maybe it was later.
Late? I don't know. Oh my god, you gonna look up the history of tab browsing?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Well, while you do that, I got I have a quick announcement for anyone who has been listening to the audio version of this podcast. I'm sure all 4 of you are wondering where the iTunes feed is, and it's not currently up yet. Dan over at Carpe GM, the guy who runs the site where this podcast lives, was recently in a car accident, and has been taking the time off to get better and everything like that. So
whatever, it's fucking excuses, dude. Get your ass going. Let's go. Is he fucking paralyzed? No, we can do this shit. You know.
Are you fucking serious right now?
No, of course not. Get better. Oh man.
Shots fired by Kyle Penrod.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the name of your autobiography.
Shots fired.
Yeah, shots fired, Kyle Penrod, or the Kyle Penrod story. Assuming that you go out in a blaze of glory.
It's gonna be like there was this cute little kid that was born, and he had such potential, and he squandered it on beer and video games, and he made fun of everybody that he knows, and then he dies.
The end.
And it's gonna be and then he died in a horrible meat grinder accident or something.
And then everyone drowned.
Yeah, and then everyone drowned. I don't know how I'm gonna die.
Well, I don't know how you're gonna die either.
I know. I wish I knew. By the way, it was tab browsing became popular in 2003, but it was officially first offered by some Internet Works browser in 1994. Science.
Interesting. I didn't catch on to it until probably about 2005 when Firefox started getting bigger. So, because I'm pretty sure that was the first browser that I had that had tab browsing.
Yeah, it was definitely the first one to do it.
So audio
Yay, history.
Audio version of the podcast. The iTunes feed should hopefully be up on this episode. If not this episode, the next episode. If you search iTunes for Extra Lives, you will come across the Carpe GM mega feed, which we can be located there if you still want to listen to it. So, yay announcements!
Yay announcements! Nobody gave a fuck because nobody's downloaded it. How many people have downloaded that?
We've gotten a few.
People don't like us, Kyle.
I know. Nobody likes us. Man. Things hurt. These words
I'm going to post next week, not this week because I'm too fucking lazy to do it right now. Next week, though, I'm going to post a link to our live stream on 4chan and see what happens.
Oh, my God. Don't do that. I don't want to.
Yeah, we're doing that.
No, I don't. No, let's not incur that wrath.
No, it's too late.
I don't want to. No.
Too late.
I'm physically fighting you over the internet. That doesn't make any sense.
You're not even gonna win. Oh my god, dude. You
All
know,
right.
somebody said that at work last week. I don't know. Somebody said something goofy at me. They were like, or I think it was my buddy Joe. He was like, he's like, yeah, well, oh no, he came over to my desk and he balled up his fist and he like tried to slug me in the arm, but like it was such a goofy like, fucking uh pansy punch, and I was just like, what the fuck was that? I was like, you don't even want to fight me. You're not even gonna win. And then later he kind of thought about it, and he was just like, dude, he's like, you could just talk people out of fighting you by telling them that they're not gonna win. I was like, that's the point. I don't want to fight them. It's fucking. It's like you really want to do this? You're not gonna win, right? This might be the last thing that you do. you know?
That reminds me of the third Austin Powers movie with Michael Caine as his father, and they bring him into Dr. Evil's lair, and like he like knocks one of the guards out, and like two guards come up, and he like punches the other dude in the face, knocks him out, and the other guy like starts to come at him, and he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Do you know who I am? Do you have any nameless henchmen I've killed? Look, you didn't have a name tag." He looks down. He's like, "Oh," and he's like, "Yeah, that's right. Just lay down. Just lay down."
No, that's good stuff.
What are we talking about?
Fucking bullshit.
I am so out of it, man. I am tired. Okay, hey.
I told you. We should have waited until tomorrow.
We should have. This is too fun, though. I'm having a great time. All right, let's see what we've been playing this week.
All right, what have you been playing this week? You go first. I don't want to go first.
Oh, I don't want to go first. Okay, I'll go first. I'll go first.
I already threw the gauntlet down.
The gauntlet?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the first thing that pops into my head.
The gauntlet of what you've been playing?
What have you been playing?
Podcast structuring. I on your recommendation from last week, went ahead and checked out Heretic and Hexen.
Yeah.
Which were... Yeah. I took a drink there.
Yay, drinky.
Drinky boo. So I checked out Heretic and Hexen, which were two games released in... Heretic was released in 96. Hexen in like 97, maybe. I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was the next year.
Yeah. They were done by Raven Software on the id, on the Doom engine, and they're a whole lot like Doom. Doom. I said Dune. That's funny.
Yeah, but you can like look up.
Yes, that is.
Down, and you got fists. You punch like one of those like BattleBot robots, you're like
the Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Yeah, you're like what did I say? BattleBot?
Yeah, BattleBots. So yeah, obviously the first big difference is you can free mouse aim, which is something that Doom 1 and 2 never had. And the graphics on it look a lot more fluid. Like it actually feels like a real 3D space, which I'm assuming it's using like some sort of like 3D driver or OpenGL driver or something like that as opposed to software. So the graphics look a lot nicer on that as compared to Doom. But it's Heretic especially.
Compared to Doom, it looks a lot better.
Well,
it just sounds like, I know you're not, but it just sounds like you're shitting on Doom all over the place. It's like, man, Doom, they didn't know what a video card was.
No, I mean, okay, to be fair, like Doom looks really good, especially for the time. And I would hope that this looks better because it came out, quite a few, no, not quite a few, but a couple of years after Doom came out. If they weren't making it look at least a little bit better, then what the fuck were they doing?
Right. Just making the same shit with a different name.
Exactly. But immediately you can see the similarities, and it almost just feels like a Doom mod, which is probably what it was kind of like born out of, Um, but so I checked out both Heretic and Hexen. Hexen is a kind of like the spiritual successor to Heretic, even though eventually there was a Hexen 2, or I'm sorry, a Heretic 2. God damn it.
There was a Hexen 2 as well.
Yes, there was also a Hexen 2.
Yeah.
That is correct.
I liked Hexen better than Heretic, though.
Really?
Well, it was the first one I played.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Like Heretic had come out, and then Hexen. I didn't know about Heretic, but then I got like a PC Gamer
A magazine?
demo disc with it, and Hexen was on there, and I
Mhm.
started playing it and fell in love with it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I can see that.
So how'd you like them? Did you finish them, or you didn't finish
No,
'em?
oh my god. I literally just played these yesterday. Like found them, installed them, played them, and I got probably about 5 levels into Heretic and only about 3 levels into Hexen. So I got a relatively good chunk into them, especially for like the amount of time that I even have to play games.
Right.
Um, you know, but I like Heretic more at the moment, mainly because it feels more like Doom, and that like the way that they throw enemies at you, almost all the weapons are projectiles, or like they have similarities to weapons in Doom. I wish I would have wrote down some of the names of the weapons, but there's one that is legit just like the plasma gun, but it's just a
Nice.
different. It's just a different name. There's one where you like pick up these like gauntlets that like shoot like green lightning out of them, but it only does damage like up close, so it's essentially like the chainsaw.
Nice.
Like, um, but and like the gameplay is mostly just like run and gun, you know. Whereas Hexen, it felt more like an Elder Scrolls game, because you start Hexen out and you can choose between what is it? It's like you can choose
You got
between
like a warrior,
a warrior, a
and a
cleric, and a
cleric,
mage.
and a mage.
Yeah. And both the warrior and the cleric, you start with melee weapons, and you just have to keep running up to dudes and hitting them, then backing up real quick, and then hitting them, and then backing up real quick and hitting them. And like I felt like I was playing Skyrim for a minute. Um, because I mean that's like really the only way that you can fucking play melee in Skyrim is like hit them and strafe and back up and hit them.
Well, yeah, you can't let them hit you. They do more damage than you.
Exactly. Um,
But you get the freeze spell, and he holds his hands out like this,
yeah, you got to do it towards the camera.
and he holds it. I can't remember how he does
He
it.
does it like this. You see my
Yeah,
hand?
that's it with the two, like that, right?
Yeah, he does his middle and his ring fingers together.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's sort of like
So
the
he's like,
reverse
and you
Spock.
could freeze people, and you run up, and you're just like, you know,
Yeah.
that's pretty nice.
Um.
I think you get
So.
like a staff and shit in that game too.
mm, um. But so whereas like Heretic was kind of like very Doom-esque in its running and gunning and its level layout and structure. Hexen is much more like puzzle. Um. Like every level had like 4 or 5 puzzles that you had to complete in order to progress, and it wasn't so much just like, all right, find this key, then open up that door. It was like, okay, like get in this room and then hitting this thing and then hit that thing and then get the key and then go over to that door and get that.
Yeah.
You know, so it was, I mean, not necessarily a bad thing, but I was really enjoying Heretics, just kind of mayhem more than Hexen's, like slow-paced gameplay.
That's what I liked. Yeah,
just poop.
I was like, that's what I liked about Hexen. I think was that you had to figure shit out. So I don't think I ever beat that game though. I should.
I gotta say, like, it was a lot harder than
Yeah.
Heretic was, specifically because of the melee. Like in the first level, like once you get the green key and open the wall up and everything like that, they throw
Rushing at you. Yeah.
well they throw like flying imps at you, and all I had was a fucking
Yeah.
all I had was like a melee mace, I think, or something. Like, it's really hard to hit those guys, and they're just shooting fireballs at you, you know? So I had to play as a mage because you had some sort of projectile, to hit them with. So, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed them. I might play some more of them.
They're good times.
Yeah, thanks for recommending those. Anything else you want to know about them, or anything? Any other anecdotes that you've got from your days of playing Hexen?
Not really. I never bought the game. All I had was the demo. And I remember my sister scratched the CD on purpose because I was always playing the game, and she wanted to use the computer. Yeah.
Your sister's a bitch.
Yeah, I love her though. I don't know why, but it's funny. I remember being so pissed at the time, and then a few years later, like I think I found that game at like a dollar store or thrift shop or something like that, and I bought it and I brought it home and I was like, if you scratch this one, I'm gonna kill you.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
The Kyle Penrod story.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great. All right, well, I don't have anything else to say on Heretic or Hexen.
You gotta play them more. So I want to know if you beat Hexen. I'd like to know how that game ends. I should probably get that. Is that on Steam?
Yeah, it's $10 to get you Heretic and Hexen.
Man, I spent $20 on goddamn Half-Life.
That was your own bidding, sir. You did that.
I know. I talked myself into it. So what else you got?
Getting some more water there. Hold on. Oh yeah, pouring the water.
I need some, dude, but like I don't want to have to get up.
Sorry, I'm just gonna sit here and drink my water.
Yeah. Man, I horked down this entire 1 liter of water like right before the podcast. I was like, because I'm so freaking thirsty and tired, dude.
So outside of that, I went ahead and started Resurrection of Evil, the Doom 3 mod.
Ooh, mod?
Ooh. Did I? Oh my god.
Yeah, we're tired.
Oh, jeez. Like, I'm extremely sleep deprived, it seems. Yes, the Doom 3 expansion pack, not mod. I started that. I got probably about an hour into it before I went ahead and turned it off. It's definitely interesting. I don't know how to go about this without like fuck it. I wrote notes. What do the notes say?
Fuck it, I wrote notes.
All right, so
I told myself what to say. Fucking read it.
First note is okay. So I think we talked about this on a previous podcast, but the like one of the big things with this expansion pack was the gravity gun that they added to the game, which this expansion came out right after Half-Life 2, and it's groundbreaking gravity gun. So a little me too there. But so far I'm an hour into the game. I've had one boss fight, and once they introduced the gravity gun, a lot of the combat in that game becomes based around the gravity gun. Specifically that first boss. The whole idea behind it is like the boss is throwing projectiles at you, and like these like turrets are throwing projectiles at you, and like you can sit on the other side of the map and like shoot your machine gun at the boss a billion times, but it's not going to kill him without wasting all of your ammo. So obviously you want to use the gravity gun to pick it up and like shoot him back at him and everything like that. Which is cool. And probably was really cool in like 2005 when this expansion came out, but like, especially having gone back and played Half-Life 2 recently, this feels like way too little, too late. You know.
Yeah.
So
Well, um, yeah. Fuck. Doom 3 is not really a physics game.
mm,
You know, like the
not by
source.
any stretch.
Yeah, like you can't interact with it a lot. Like the source engine that they use, that they use for Half-Life 2,
Hmm.
a lot of it was destructible and movable by the player, and that's why they had the gravity gun in the game. I'm reading about the gravity gun. They apparently had that gravity gun
Oh yeah.
in the original Doom, and that's like how they used it to create like the damaged rooms for the game.
Yeah.
Like they went in and actually like went in as a character and damaged them with the gravity gun that they had in the game.
Hmm.
It was a tool they used to actually create the game. So sorry to
Yeah.
put my head on you. So
No, I remember reading about that, and I don't know. I don't personally know how true that is.
yeah,
Um,
it might not be, but
well, I mean, like I'm sure that they said that, but this is also the same company that was like, oh man, we made it to where you had to switch between your gun and your flashlight to add more ambiance to the game and make it more like thrilling. And then like years later, they're like, yeah, we just couldn't do it because of technical limitations. Like they kind of backtracked on their words, and I feel like they made that quote like directly after everyone was like, "Hey, that gravity gun thing, that's a lot like Half-Life 2." And
yeah,
they're like, "Oh no, we were totally using it way before that." You know.
yeah.
Um, Funny note about I don't know if you know this or not, but the Source engine was built on the Quake 2 engine. Well,
Hmm.
all right. So Half-Life was on the Gold SRC engine, which was the Gold Source engine, built on the Quake 2 engine, and then the Source engine that Half-Life 2 and so on are built on were kind of derivatives of that. And then Doom 3 obviously was IdTech 4, I think. So it's pretty crazy when you see two games that came out the same year and kind of based on that Quake 2 engine and just like how completely different they looked. Like you can kind of see where one company was and where the other company was in terms of
Oh yeah.
everything. So,
Well, like Valve's development was leaps and bounds ahead of everybody.
hmm.
Uh, when Half-Life 2 came out. Like I said, I mean, and they had like a lot of things were destructible in that
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah.
Like, and that's something that eats up a lot of resources in a computer.
Hmm.
And so, and I mean, many times, like we've talked about Doom 3 quite a bit, and like many times, we've mentioned like you notice the thing where like two enemies wouldn't be in a room only two enemies would be in a room at any given time.
Hmm.
Seemed to be a technical limitation. And they had so many limitations like that. Like um, the supposed gravity gun that they had from the beginning, which you would think if that was actually in the original game, you would be able to get to it somehow.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in just like mods and everything like that.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Like 2004 was a much different time for
Yeah.
PC games and mods and how you could get stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe it is true. It just seems like a little too far fetched. So, but yeah. So the gravity gun was like the big thing in Resurrection of Evil, and they make you use it. Well, they don't make you use it, but they're like, hey, you should use this a whole lot. The other thing is they like start the game out. I think it's like a year or so after the end of Doom 3, and you're some sort of I don't know Bravo team going in to investigate shit, and a portal opens up from hell, and the doctor from the first one, what the fuck is his name? Berturger or something. He's all demon flyer-esque. What?
That sounded like the sound a door makes in a FPS that doesn't, like the door doesn't open.
Mhm.
That sounded like the error sound when you get up to a door. Like, Berturger,
Berturger.
Berturger.
Berturger. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
That was good stuff.
What was I saying? Fuck it. Anyway, the new thing is like a little heart that acts similar to the Soul Cube, where you have one use and then it has to like recharge, and it slows down time. And I don't know, it seems interesting, but so far they've only had me use it for puzzles. Like literally, you walk into a room and like it has walls that close really quickly, and you have to use it to slow them down and then go through them.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So far.
That was Dead Space had a thing like that.
Yeah, Dead Space had the stasis thing where you could slow things down and whatnot.
Yeah.
You could slow enemies down too, just specific enemies. Yeah. Dead Space was kind of cool.
I did not like it.
I
I learned that I found out really damn fast that I wasn't gonna like that game.
we'll have
I
to
put 20 minutes into it. I'm not doing it.
we'll have to hang out one night and play that because I think you'll really like it once you kind of get into it.
There's not enough beer in the world.
Oh, don't give me that not enough beer in the world fucking trip that you always go on. There's not enough beer in the world to make me kiss you, Kyle, but you always do.
Fuck you! I'll kiss you whenever you goddamn want. But to play that game, fuck no.
Anyway, what else do I have written here? Some
I
cool...
mean, I just kiss you though. I'm not saying like I'm gonna lick your butthole or nothing, but.
What's the point of even kissing?
I know, right? There's no point then. Unless somebody's getting a butthole licked, there ain't no point.
Oh man, you're such a jerk. I didn't even say jerk. I said dirk.
Dirk? I'm not a dirk.
I'm tired.
Oh my god. I can't tell if you called me, the guy that we went to school with that, has mental issues or like a Scottish dagger.
Well, I meant to call you jerk, but I didn't pronounce the J proper. So take it as you will, sir.
Okay, I'm going with the Scottish dagger.
The only other thing I have on Doom 3 is some cool new enemies. I don't know if you've played it. Like,
I actually haven't played
cool.
the X-Pac, so.
Yeah. It was like one part where the new enemy came in and it looked like the Xenomorph from Alien, and I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," and then I killed it, and I was like, I'm done." Because here's the thing, it throws a green ball at you, and you have the gravity gun, so you can just catch it and throw it back.
He's dead.
Yeah.
That's the noise it makes. It's like dead.
And the first boss was like one of the other monsters from the regular game, except it didn't have any legs; it just floated. So kind of phoned in there.
They didn't have enough resources.
It was that source.
The legs.
Right. They ran out of money during development.
They needed more polygons, so there's take his legs off, make him float around. Fuck it. This is Doom. Doesn't have to make any goddamn sense.
Right. Do you not understand? We're making demons. Who gives a shit what they look like?
We're making demons from hell. You're gonna go to hell for the second time in as many games.
All right, so that's all I got on. Actually, my last note on this just says same old, same old.
Same old, same old.
It's same old
fucking
Doom.
shooter. It's fucking bullshit. I don't even know what I'm doing with my life. What we playing these stupid ass games for, man? This is bullshit.
You almost sound like Rocky.
Do I?
Yeah, just like the way you were like enunciating your words.
That's a compliment.
You're welcome.
I'll sound like Rocky. He's a little punchy, but
He's a little punchy. Shut up. Shut up, Kyle. What have you been playing this week? What have you been doing? You been doing anything
Man,
fun?
I don't know. I don't even fucking know. I don't have time to do anything, man. I go to work and I go to the gym and then I come home and I go to sleep. Um, I've played. I've been trying to get through the original Half-Life, and I'm almost done with it.
Oh yeah, how far have you gotten?
Uh, I think I'm like 5 chapters from the end,
Hmm.
something like that. I looked up a level list.
Oh, I'm sorry. You gave me shit once for for looking up a level list.
Turns out it's really fucking handy.
I know, right? I know. You
Uh,
like you look at it and you go, "Oh, I'm actually halfway done. I
well,
can play this
okay.
other
Here's the
half."
thing. Dude, seriously, like, here's the thing about Half-Life. Like, it's a long fucking game, dude. Like,
Yeah, games used to be pretty long back then.
man, yeah, that game's really long, and um, like I told you before we started the podcast, I found out why I don't remember that game a whole lot. And I think I found the point where I quit playing it, dude. I don't I don't like I don't really like that game, dude. Like, I don't like playing that game. I know I had to ease into that one.
Yeah.
Like, dude, come on. I love the Half-Life story and
Hmm.
everything, but I could for that game, I know completing it is gonna, I'm gonna get the good sense of satisfaction from completing it, but I don't like playing it, dude. I don't know at this point if it's that it's too old. Um, Now this isn't the original, like, original either. Like, my cousin was watching me play,
Hmm.
and he was telling me that the weapons are different.
Really?
Yeah, like the pistol that I have, like, everywhere says that it's a Glock.
Hmm.
The pistol, the 9 millimeter pistol, and totally, dude. In the game, it has a hammer, and Glocks don't have hammers. They're striker fire pistols.
Yeah.
So the hammer's on the inside.
Hmm.
Well, it's not even a hammer. It's a slider thing.
Yeah.
Bam, sets it on. It's all contained. Um, so like, so it's totally not a Glock. It can't be a Glock. And the supposed MP5 dude is like an M16.
Hmm. Hmm.
In the game that I have. So it's obviously been redone. Graphics have changed.
Are you sure? Are you sure that that's the case, or is it just the case that like they weren't 100% factual with, or not factual, authentic with their, uh, rendering of a set of weapons?
I don't know. I mean, it's a fucking Valve game, so like, I would expect it to be accurate.
Hmm.
But like I looked up old screenshots of that game, and I wonder if people called the gun a Glock,
Hmm.
like, talking about the pistol, but it was actually never meant to be a Glock.
Hmm.
You know, um, I mean, it does. This is a kind of a silly thing. It's just something that was noticed. But like, um, I don't know. I can't tell what happened. But they changed, and there's a bunch of weapons in that game too. There's like biological weapons. There's this one that shoots like these fucking hornets that home in on enemies, and shit.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah.
There's these little creatures these little bugs that you can throw down, and they'll like track down enemies, and if they don't find one, they'll come and attack you.
Hmm.
And yeah, there's a lot of weird weapons in that game, but
Yeah, I've kind of forgot how weird like that whole game gets, especially towards the end.
yeah.
Once you make it to Zen and everything like that.
Yeah, um so yeah, I'm pretty, like I said, I'm pretty far in that game. Um oh, I did there was like this one big hulking dude You know, this really big guy, and he was chasing me down, and I wasted all of my ammo on him, and then realized that he's not going to die from that. I have to kill him from something else. And I just ran from him, you know, and I hit this little trampoline thing, and I ended up on a big water tower with a map that I could call in an airstrike anywhere in this little area that I was in.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
the dude comes running out, and he's just standing there, and I was just like, moved it over to him. I was like, bonk, dude, it fucking annihilated him.
Did you say a witty one-liner when you did it?
No, I was just like, hey, click, and just watched him die. I was like, yeah, that's good stuff. And then I didn't have any ammo, and I had to use the crowbar to kill things.
That's never a good feeling, man.
Dude, I don't know. I don't care. I run out of ammo in those games so bad. I run around blasting fucking everything, dude. Oh, and the game, dude, the game started, like, it had, like, auto lock-on thing, so it would help you aim and shit. Who the fuck plays games like that? Who plays an FPS with the auto aim on?
I don't know.
If you do that, you don't like video games. Stop. Just stop. You know, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I had to turn that off because that got really annoying.
Mhm.
Oh, and I die a lot in that game, dude. Like the environment effects. Like you can run into an area and like if something is set, you know, like something's going to explode when you enter this area. If you are too close to it, you just fall over dead. You know,
yeah.
it's really unforgiving, like with like electricity and stuff. You know, like if there's like something that's sparking electricity and you run into it, dude, it's likely just gonna drop you dead, no matter how much armor and health you have, dude. Like just bonk dead, you know, and you're looking at the ground. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, I've died quite a bit in that game. But yeah, I'm almost done with it. And then I've got the X packs for it, which won't be very long at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a Blue Shift and Opposing Force for the 2 packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I will have done all the Half-Life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I totally hit the point. I've passed the point now where I quit playing it the last time.
Oh yeah.
I distinctly remember getting to this point, and it was on a rail. Something in the on a rail thing.
You're like in the rail, like the subway system or whatever in Black Mesa.
Yeah, and you're controlling this cart, you know, and I couldn't figure out how to get out of there the first time I played it, so I just quit.
Yeah, that's not one of the stronger sections of that game.
That fucking thing sucks, dude. But it's kind of cool though, because you can see how they set up Half-Life 2 from that game.
Yeah.
Because there's every puzzle in that game that you can think of. Seriously. Every fucking puzzle. There's jumping puzzles. There's, you know, the railway system puzzles. You know, the game is just riddled with fucking puzzles, man.
Yeah.
Oh, and the one thing that I'm glad they took out of Half-Life 2 was those damn fish.
Fish.
Fuck
those
fish, dude. Those things suck.
The killer fish? Yeah, those things.
Oh my god.
Man, I totally forgot about those too.
You have to use a crossbow to kill them. And they take like three shots from the crossbow that kills people in one hit.
Yeah.
If you hit them in the foot, they're dead.
Yeah.
You
know? And they're fucking like they're fast and you know in water like you know moving around. I mean you can kind of get lost as to where your you know where up is and where down is.
Yeah. Dude, they rip you pretty bad, especially since they move you so much. They hit you like move you so bad, you know, and yeah, they suck. Those things suck. It was like the worst enemy that they had. But there was a lot more enemies, though. I mean,
variety-wise.
Yeah, there was a lot more variety in that game as far as like alien enemies go. Because you know you get to Half-Life 2 and you've pretty much got the you know the head crabs and the zombies
and the combine.
You know, and then the combine soldiers, which are people.
Yeah.
You know, but the Vortigaunts are on your side. In Half-Life 2, And oh yeah, that's why the Vortigots are attacking in Half-Life 1
Hmm.
because they're being controlled by the what's it guy, and then you liberate them, and then that's why they like the humans now because Gordon Freeman liberated them. That's why they all know Gordon Freeman.
Oh, really? Is it like
Yeah.
explained in Half-Life 1 how he
Fuck no,
liberated
I'm
them?
reading this shit, dude. That's the thing, dude. That game doesn't explain shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like it doesn't tell you things. Like in Half-Life 2, it tells you things. In Half-Life 1, it does not tell you
Hmm.
things.
Hmm. I would
It's just a game.
I wouldn't go that far in saying that Half-Life 2 tells you things. Like it kind of tells you some stuff, but it doesn't tell you a whole lot.
It tells you more than Half-Life 1
Yeah,
does.
fair enough, fair enough. But storytelling had gone a little ways
Yeah.
more since 1998.
Oh, but dude, the fucking oh man, in Half-Life 1, there's these little like dog-looking things, right? They don't
Oh
have a face,
yeah,
and
I
they run
hate
up to
those
you,
things.
and they make a noise, and then they kind of yeah, and they like explode, you
Hmm.
know. But they don't die from their own explosion. They just
Yeah.
send out like a sonic wave or something, you know. And there's always a whole bunch of them. And dude, I totally thought as soon as I saw those motherfuckers, like Half-Life 2, the Dr. Kleiner
Hmm.
has a pet head crab.
Yeah,
Why would he not have one of those pet dogs?
because it'll give
That would
away
be
his location.
perfect. Huh?
It would give away his location. People would know he was
He
there.
debeaked the head crab so he could D whatever to the fucking little dog thing. You
Yeah.
know, take whatever gland it used to make the damn.
Hmm.
Um, it would be easier to control than his stupid fucking head crab. I can tell you
Yeah,
that.
that's
I
true.
would have that head crab as a fucking pet, man. Seriously.
Did you catch the reference to the head crab? Its name?
Lamar?
Yeah. Do you get it?
No.
Hetty Lamar. It's Headley.
Oh shit. I knew that. Yeah, I fucking knew that.
That's your Blazing Saddles reference for the night.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
So yeah.
no, those
Yeah,
those dog things. That's what made me stop playing Black Mesa the other night last week.
but
Because all I had was the fucking crowbar, and it's like impossible
oh
to kill
yeah.
those things with the crowbar because every time they shoot their little sonic boom at you, it takes like half your life away, you know?
Yeah.
So
Well, you got to
those.
get fast with the crowbar. Well, that's probably the problem in the Half-Life 2 engine. You swing the crowbar slow. You're like whoosh,
Hmm.
whoosh. Dude, in Half-Life 1, you're like ding 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 slamming shit with that crowbar, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah,
My
that's probably the problem.
my favorite's when you get up to like a wall with the crowbar in Half-Life 1 and you just hold it down and it's like
Yeah, you just,
or
yeah.
if you've got like bodies laying on the ground and you go to them and you crouch down and you
You
hit
hit
it.
them and they explode.
Yeah, they just turn into fucking giblets everywhere.
Gibbs.
Jibs.
You're a jib.
You're a jib. So,
So yeah.
anything else on Half-Life there?
Nope.
Nope. You're gonna get
Other than
into.
I'm gonna read all the lore, because like I said, the game doesn't explain much. So
Hmm.
um, I'm just gonna pretty much read about it after I play the game, and then I'll know everything.
Then
Be
you'll
the
be
master of
all
Half-Life.
knowing.
Yep. I
Sweet.
really like I really like that game series, but like I said, I just don't like playing that first one, man. Phew.
Yeah. No, I know. I know that feeling.
Well, like there's been times where like you'll run into a wall and you just like bounce off of it, you know, and then fall off of whatever you were on.
Hmm.
You know, it's like why did you bounce off of a wall? You know, it's bullshit. You know, and like I don't know, the physics are just fucked up. It just wasn't there. You know, it's not natural.
Hmm.
So
It's definitely it's a little floaty. I know
yeah,
exactly where you're coming from, and
that shit bothers me.
I think anybody who would play it today would understand. Also, it's a little floaty,
Yeah.
you know. But at the same time, like that's kind of how
But can
games
you
were made.
yeah, can you imagine like when that game came out? dude, like, oh my god, dude, like that game was. I mean, I could just imagine playing that for the first time with it being brand new.
Yeah.
You know, like, holy hell, this fucking game, you know, like that kind of shit, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
there's
Well,
Half-Life.
enough gushing on Half-Life for the 7th week in a
Sploosh.
row.
Of course, you played Half-Life.
What else did you play anything else?
I played Jamestown for a bit. I'm trying
Yeah.
to get my skill back up so I can play that shit on Divine.
Yeah.
But man, I tell you, if you've ever played Jamestown, that fucking game is hard.
For the people who don't know, what is Jamestown?
Jamestown is a top-down scroller shooter game, bullet hell game. You've got just at any given time, you know, on Divine, literally hundreds of bullets flying at you all at once.
Yeah.
And you have to avoid them and destroy all enemies.
Destroy all enemies.
Destroy all enemies, and it's like this one is called Jamestown.
Mm-hmm.
Like historical Jamestown, you know. I don't know why. It's weird, but it's really fucking fun to play. It looks like a Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it nails that SNES feel pretty well.
Oh yeah. But yeah, you've got the survivability when you start going up in. I would say on the easiest level, your survivability for the first level is probably like 80%.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're probably gonna beat this, but then you go up one difficulty and stay on that same level, okay, and you're probably at like 30% survivability. Okay, maybe 40. 45.
I don't
it's
know,
less
man.
than 50.
Yeah.
I promise you that much.
Yeah.
But then you get up the next one, the next one, and then Divine.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. That one's the first level's the only one I've beaten on Divine, and that was really hard.
Yeah, I bet.
So
that game is super rough. In fact, I would recommend anyone who might be relatively interested in it, check out a Let's Play that you and I did almost a year ago when we were doing the Backwards Compatible podcast. I'll post it in the show notes and everything like that if you want to watch it. The audio on it's kind of iffy, but you'll get a good idea of like just how fucking nuts that game is.
And I think we were playing that on normal.
Yeah, I think we started it out on normal. No, I think we started it out on like Divine or something. I just remember it being like super fucking nuts. I think we got like 3 levels in, and we had to call it a day because it was either that or just watch us die over and over. You know.
Yeah, that game's crazy.
Yeah, it's like what, $10 on Steam.
Something like that. It's pretty cheap. It's a good buy. It definitely is. It'll challenge the shit out of you. The game only has like 5 levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not a very long game at all.
Yeah.
But
you're going to be playing those levels like over and over and over again, you know, to get your skill up to go to the harder versions. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a game that tests your skill, and like I was saying, you know, like the aesthetic in it is amazing. It really catches that, you know, SNES look, or old school arcade look to it, and I don't know, it's a really neat game.
Fuck yeah. So. Play that game. That's a good game.
So
I like that game. It's fun.
It's fun. Oh, did you run around Half-Life and do any Freemans?
No, I didn't. Actually, there was a couple of times I got stuck, and I was like, it went off in my head, dude. It was like, Freeman stuck, free man. Dude, it sucks when you get stuck in that game because you load it from your last save. You're fucked. It's as good as dying.
Yeah,
You know, like you're not getting out of it. You know. But yeah, dude, there's been a couple of times where I've gotten stuck, and I'm just like, free. It went on, that echoed in my head, dude. It's like, free
Free
man,
man,
free man, free
free the man,
man,
not stuck
freedom.
man, free
I'm
man.
not stuck, man. I'm free man.
Oh, that's why we're friends, Kyle. This is great.
Yep, it's a
You
good time.
you always make me laugh.
Speaking of which, dude, sometimes we gotta fucking like, set a date to, like, I come over to your house or you come over to my house, probably your house. You got the TV,
Hmm.
and it would like just play games and drink and have a good time and laugh and
Agreed. Agreed. It'll probably have to be next month after work is done killing me.
yeah, well,
So I don't know. We'll see. Totally up for it though.
Ooh, that'll be
That's
in
those are always some good
October. You know what we got to play in October?
nights.
Scary
Paranormal.
game. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's our
scary
annual
games.
paranormal
A
uh,
thon.
a thon. I don't know, like we could do it, like, because we're gonna beat that game like really fast. I'm actually surprised you figured out that game faster than I did.
I stumbled across it like a little too easily.
Uh,
Um,
like I didn't
I
even know about the attic.
yeah. Um,
Um, and that was terrifying going up there for the first time, dude, because it's such a tight quarters, and you're just like waiting for shit to jump out at you. I don't. They need to put shit in that attic, because that
and
attic is creepy.
if I remember right, they redid some of the layout of the floors and the attic being one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, Paranormal, I think we talked about it once before. It's just a horror game where you walk around a house and weird stuff happens to you, and you're supposed to like find out what's going on. It's one of those games, but yeah, it's in early access, and I think that was one of the things they had changed was like the floor layout, and I think he added more stuff to the attic. I don't know. I'd have to get on Steam and look at the updates. In fact, real quick, I'm gonna I want to actually look at and see when the last update was, because I almost feel like that game is getting close to becoming abandonware.
Wait,
Really
what
hasn't.
game?
Paranormal.
The game, the very game we're talking about? Seriously?
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean I haven't seen it updated in a quite a while, and
That would suck.
yeah, yeah, I haven't seen it updated, and I think the last time that it was updated was fucking ages ago. Let's look at the
Dude,
store
patch
page.
notes for Paranormal Patch number 4 plus announcement on 4/12/2014.
Yeah,
Okay, so
so
yeah, it's
it's
been a while.
yeah, um, yeah. So, um, I think yeah, this is the one where they announced that they were moving um over to Unreal Engine 4 instead of Unity, which is cool. I mean, the Unreal Engine offers a lot of perks and whatnot, but this is where I was kind of like, are you fucking serious? Like, you're not even done with the game and you're just gonna switch the engine, which I guess if you're gonna switch engines, that's probably the best time to do it before you're fucking done with it. But
Mm,
it's just kind of like, I paid money for this. Where's my fucking game? So,
yeah.
but yeah, I think next month we should jump into that and take a look at it.
Yeah, because I on purpose haven't played that in a
Hmm.
while. Because, yeah, since last year, 9/30th. So,
Yeah. Well, I mean, with it being an early access game, it's kind of neat to go back to it after a while to
yeah.
see what's changed and whatnot. So I don't know. We'll have to take a look. Yeah, I played 9/29 was the last time I played it, so we're getting close to a whole year.
Ooh.
Ooh,
It,
spooky.
spooky games. It better make me shit my pants.
We'll see.
One
We will
time.
see.
All I need is one pants shitting game, like, and then there you go. Like, then I got my money's worth. Speaking of which,
Hmm.
if you know any creepy games, post it in the comments below, or don't. Um, and we'll play them maybe.
Yeah. Shit.
I'm down for creepy games. I fucking love creepy games. And don't say fucking Silent Hills because it's not out yet, and I can't play the fucking PT
Mm-hmm.
or whatever the fuck because it's only on goddamn fucking
PlayStation.
or whatever the shit. You know.
You know what? Over the course of this this podcast that we got going here, I'm gonna get you to buy a PlayStation.
Fuck that.
You're going to.
That's never gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
No, it's not.
It's gonna happen.
I don't even have a TV. I'd have to buy a PlayStation and a TV.
You're gonna buy a PlayStation. You're gonna buy a TV, or you're gonna get a TV. You're gonna get the console gaming experience. All right, on top of your PC gaming experience. We're gonna do this, Kyle. Because there's a lot of stuff that you've been missing, and I know PCs are superior and all that other jazz.
Doing it.
There's a lot of stuff that you're missing out on.
The only shit that I regret never playing is, so far is The Last of Us.
Yeah. See,
but
and you can't play it. Can't play it without a console.
Yeah. Well, I'm not buying no console though. I can promise you that shit.
You'll get a console of some sort at some point. Whether your money is spent,
I had
somebody's money is spent.
The last console I had was a PlayStation 2.
I'm talking about like a fucking current console.
Oh. Hey, speaking of consoles, there's somebody came into work last week, and they were like, "Look, they have a PlayStation 1 up there in the box, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, you want to buy it?" And she goes, "The girl." She goes, "No, I've got an Xbox 360." You know, and she kind of had walked out of the store at that point, like they were leaving. They just kind of idly said this,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, "You do realize that that's the new one, right?" Oh my god!
Wait,
no, I want the one. I've got a whole 359 more on that one. I got the 360.
I think you screwed up your joke. Did you mean to say the Xbox One?
What did I say?
You said PlayStation 1.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's an Xbox.
I was thinking that you had a fucking PS1 up on your fucking Raptor.
No.
And they're like, I don't want that. I got a fucking 360.
Tyler bought a Xbox One.
Xbox One.
The Xbox One. He bought that.
Yeah.
Because he was going to try and flip it onto eBay. Mm-hmm. Unbeknownst to him, the Microsoft and Sony both took steps this time to not let that kind of shit happen.
Wait, did he think it was gonna did you think it was gonna be like PS2 flipping, Like he buys it for $300 and sells it for like $5,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
the only problem is he waited until after the first round of them came out, and then the next round of them came out,
mm-hmm.
and then they were everywhere.
Right.
And plus the Xbox was not the popular one.
Yeah.
He bought the wrong fucking one.
Yeah.
Which we said it back on Backwards Compatible before they even came out. I knew that. Dude, people weren't going to take that Xbox, man. They didn't. I mean, some people did, but most people want that PlayStation. It had way better features.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the Xbox is gaining its own ground and whatnot, but we'll see. We'll see, because the PS4 is doing pretty well right now, like extremely well. Like I think it's outselling it 2-1 at the moment, so that's extremely well. Especially for a fucking system that's $400. That's nuts.
I ain't buying that shit.
Oh, shut up. You're going to buy it at some point.
I'm not buying it.
At some point, you're going to.
I'm not buying it.
Moving on.
What do you do with the Xbox?
Moving on. You want to talk about news?
No.
No news this
week.
week.
The fappening.
Oh, my God. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Especially.
I know. I just put that in there for no reason. You want to see Kate Upton's titties? I got them.
That's wrong of you to say that.
Why?
Miss Upton had no plans on uploading those photos.
Excuse me. Yes, she did, because she uploaded them to the internet. And if you don't want something on the internet, don't put it on the fucking internet.
She didn't upload it to the internet.
Yes, she did. It was on iCloud.
It's not like people go to iCloud to look at photos. Like, it was saved in iCloud, and
Yeah.
hackers got in and took the photos and whatnot and
Yeah, well, it was on
posted
the
them.
internet. She also, Miss Upton, I love you to death. I worship you. You're a goddess, and I really wanted to see your nipples, and I'm sorry. But lie on your fucking security questions. When it says the name of your first dog, don't put the name of your first dog. Put a fruit or something.
Is that
Just
your
don't.
anti-pirate or your anti-hacking tip for the day?
Yeah. Well, I'm telling Kate Upton because she's listening to this podcast.
Right.
I'm just saying. You have to, don't I do that? I've been doing that for years. I've never put like Kyle. What was the name of my first dog?
I don't know, Sparky.
Fuck you. You don't know the name of my first dog?
I don't. I've
Oh, it's Pepper.
okay, Pepper. Now
I
I know.
never put Pepper for that thing. I don't put the name of my current dog either. I have nothing. In that question, the answer that I use has nothing to do with dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't do that because that's what happened. Somebody Googled. They went on their account. That somehow they figured out their email addresses.
Right.
Then they hit the forgot my password link, typed in the email address, and then it sent them to the security questions. And the security questions for celebrities are easily Googleable.
Right.
Because
they're
people pay such close attention. You just type in Kate Upton's first dog, wham, you get their first dog. Or because she said it in an interview idly sometime. And that's on the internet. So all the answers were actually on the internet already. And somebody just put it together. How they got all the email addresses, I want to know. But at the same time, that's the accepted story as to what actually happened. Since they got so many of them and so many different people,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was somebody in the inside at Apple that had access to the server.
Mm.
There's no way.
I
Just
heard
to dump all that random shit.
I heard that a hacker group or bunch of kids on 4chan essentially, like hit iCloud and found a flaw in its security. That's how they got on. But I actually haven't been following it that closely.
Yeah, I
But,
don't. I follow computer security. These are the things that I know about. So
mm-hmm.
that's why I'm talking about this at all. Hey, fuck this shit. What do you got?
I got nothing.
You got nothing?
I got nothing. I was going to talk about that Sims 4 piracy glitch, but
That's kind of cool.
I mean, it pales in comparison now.
To the fappening?
Yes, I think just about anything does really.
What about Arcage?
What is that? You put that on there.
Arcage is a MMO that's getting released. It's actually a Korean MMO that's getting released in this country. A buddy of mine played the beta all weekend last weekend. He freaking loves the shit out of it, so
Mm-hmm.
it might be worth looking at. I'm probably going to check it out at some point because I like playing games with this guy. And he'll actually play games with me, Kyle.
Oh, well, why don't you just marry him then?
Maybe I will. He's already married. You can't marry two people at one time.
Well, if you're going to get married, can I be the best man?
No.
Good, because I would show up anyway.
Yeah, you would.
I would, but only to throw water in your face.
What?
In front of everybody.
You would throw water in the bride's face.
You would be the bride.
I don't. Oh my God. It was the funniest thing to say. Hell no, I wouldn't be the bride. Did I tell you about the? No, I'll say that off air.
Oh man.
That was
Anyway,
inappropriate speak. So yeah, Arcade MMO, new MMO coming out, and a new MMO coming out that you don't have to dodge and cast while moving, because I hate that shit.
really.
Yeah, I can't stand it. That's why I can't play Guild Wars 2. It blows ass.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
When's it coming out?
End of the month, I believe.
Cool.
So,
Well, let me know how it
coming out with
is.
Windows 9.
Oh, Kyle,
What?
you troll.
I'm a computer dork. Why am I a troll?
I don't know. I
I
don't.
ain't trolling.
Yeah, that was kind of a bad insult. That was the best I had. I'm tired. I'm
You
sleepy.
didn't notice that I shaved my beard at all, did you?
I did. I said that as soon as we got on here. Not on
No.
on air, but I said
Well,
like,
I didn't hear you
oh,
because your mic wasn't working.
because my mic wasn't working. Of
Yep.
course. Of course. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up this show. Sorry everyone for our non sequitur banters, but we're
Shut up,
both
Philip.
very tired.
You don't have to apologize for
That's fair.
anything.
You all love it. You know you do.
Yeah.
Um, Kyle, did you have anything that you wanted to play over the next week or so?
I don't know. I'm gonna try and finish up Half-Life, obviously, because you know me and that laser focus. I like to set my mind on something and go with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I kind of want to play something new. You know, playing old games is fun. You know, it's fun and all. It's nostalgic, but like at the same time, it's like, ugh, I remember this problem with old games. You know. But yeah, I don't know.
Um,
Why? What are you gonna check out?
well, I think I'm gonna get off my first-person shooter kick because I need to play something different. I just need to for my own sanity and for the sake of this podcast. 'Cause I'm sure everyone's like tired of fucking hearing, "Oh yeah, it's great. You get to run around and shoot stuff."
Yeah.
So I wanted to actually jump into a genre that I've played quite a bit of over the years, but I've never like really fully finished a game in it, and that's like a JRPG. Um,
Ah.
or really just like an RPG in general. There's one of these on here that I've got that's not necessarily a JRPG, but it's styled after them. So I want to play a JRPG and I want to finish it because I don't normally finish JRPGs. And I have 3 games on here, 2 of them being like two of my favorite games of all time, that I've never even finished, which is horrible.
What?
Yeah, horrible to say, even though they're
How,
some of my favorite games.
how can it be your favorite game of all time?
Because I've gotten far enough in them that I know that I like them. Like
Mm.
what could possibly happen in the last third of the game that makes you go, "Oh, this game was shit the whole time." You know,
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I've had enough fun with it, but JRPGs notoriously long. I don't
Right.
like a lot of. It's really hard for me to kind of get to the end, but I want to. And Kyle, I want you to help me choose here. So I have Final Fantasy IX, Chrono Trigger, and Anachronox, which we talked about very early on in this podcast, as a PC game that came out and took a lot of mechanics and everything like that from JRPGs. Funny side note: the director of this game was Tom Hall, who was one of the founding members of id Software. So
Hmm.
interesting there.
Well,
Interesting tidbit. So with that, which one do you think I should play?
you haven't played Anachronox at all, right?
I've not touched it at all. Well, okay, I've played like a half hour of it. That's just the beginning. I haven't. I've done one battle, and it's like the tutorial battle.
Mm. Final Fantasy 9, though, man, that was. You got to play Final Fantasy. Have you played Final Fantasy 9?
Yeah, that's like of all the Final Fantasies that I have played, like that is my favorite. That one and 6 is a close second. So
And Chrono Trigger. No, I don't remember Chrono
you don't
Trigger.
remember Chrono Trigger?
Never played Chrono Trigger.
Oh my God, dude, you got to play Chrono Trigger.
I wasn't into those a whole lot. Like, and the JRPGs I was into was Final Fantasy.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I don't think I ever, no, never played Chrono Trigger. Um, Which one do you want me to pick?
I like that's the thing. I want to play all three of these. Obviously, I'm not going to have the time to play all three of these. Um, you know, I don't even know if I'll have enough time to really even play one of these over the next week. But I really want to.
I'm gonna pick Final Fantasy 9.
You're gonna do Final Fantasy 9?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Good
make you play
choice.
that.
That's a good game.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
I
I'm
like 8
gonna.
better though.
You're a suck ass because you've never played 9, so suck off.
Yeah, you're right. I never did.
Nine's where
Well,
it's at, yo.
it's always like that with those, man. It's like, yeah, okay, I played 8, didn't pick up 9, but like 9 was wildly popular. That's the one with Cloud in it, right?
No, 7 is the one with Cloud in
7
it.
is the one with Cloud in it.
Yeah.
Which one's 9?
9 is it has I like how do I put this? Probably one of the most well-known characters that was on a lot of the promotional stuff was like Vivi, who's a black mage.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, short guy with
yeah,
the
yeah.
hat. Yeah,
Look, it resembles Orko.
yeah. Um,
Uh,
and then I can't even remember half the other names besides Zidane, who was the main character.
Bibi,
But
Zidane, Garnet, and Steiner.
yeah, Steiner was the knight. I remember that. But all those characters are really like some of the best ones that I've seen in a Final Fantasy game. That story is really interesting. So I've made it so Final Fantasy 9 had 4 discs. It was a PS1 game. It had 4 discs. I made it all the way to about halfway through the third disc. So I got relatively close to the end.
Mhm.
And then it was one of those where I was like, well, I've played a lot of this. I should take a break and play something else. And RPGs can be is like once you leave it for so long, my
Yeah,
phone just went off.
might as well start over.
Yeah, you may as well just start over. So that's kind of just what I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude. Like I played Final Fantasy 8. That was the last one. I skipped 9 and played 10.
You should. I recommend going back and playing 9. I know I'm gushing over here a little bit, but I don't. I mean, like me, like I don't say like favorite game of all time lightly. I don't just throw that out for any game.
Right.
That's of the Final Fantasies, that is my favorite. 6 being a very close second.
Right.
So
You know what got me why I played Final Fantasy 8?
why?
The opening sequence and the
Oh
music
yeah.
called Liberi Fatali, dude. That
Hmm.
fucking opening sequence was awesome.
Yeah, that I remember that blowing me away too.
Yeah, that was great. Um, yeah.
I just
That game was a good game. You gotta come on, give me that, man. That's a good game.
like listen. Final Fantasy VIII is not a bad game, but I didn't like a lot of the systems in it.
Ah, it had the
Specifically,
junctioning system for
yeah,
fuck's sake, man. That was
that's
awesome.
I didn't like the junctioning system at all.
You what?
I didn't. I
Ah,
really didn't. I'm sorry, and I didn't like the card system, and which wasn't the card system
I'll
like the
give you that.
junction system.
I'll give you that.
No, it
Huh?
wasn't. I don't remember. See, that's how
No, the
bad it was.
junctioning system was you had points that you could junction into other things,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, and you
Um,
can. I'm pretty sure you could move them around. They weren't
mhm.
just stuck that way. The one thing I could never figure out was that damn gun blade, dude. I could never hit that right at the right spot.
Yeah, you had to hit R1 at the right time.
Yeah, could never
Yeah,
do that.
sounds good.
Sucked balls at doing that.
So yeah, they have Final Fantasy 7 and 8 on Steam.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Um,
them right now.
yeah, I would really like for them to put 9 on there. That would be great, but I have it on my PS3, so I'll play that over the coming weeks and I'll talk about it because it's one of my favorites. So I'm like super excited to play it now.
Yeah.
So all right, man. Well, what you're gonna finish Half-Life? Is there anything else that you were looking at playing?
Not unless not unless you got a suggestion. I was
Um,
thinking about maybe like when I take breaks from Half-Life,
mhm,
like play a bit of Torchlight. I'll have to start a new character
mhm.
though because I haven't. I mean, it's been over a year since I played Torchlight. So
Yeah. Um, yeah, you should play some Torchlight, and I don't know, maybe this weekend maybe I'll get on and we can play some Torchlight together. I don't know.
Are
I
you
do.
actually going to acknowledge me outside your podcast?
Yes. I do want to say that since I'll be playing Final Fantasy IX and it can be, I've said this a billion times, it can be hard for me to even get to sit down and play a game, let alone actually finish it. It'll probably be a couple of weeks while I play Final Fantasy IX. I'll probably play some like other smaller games in between to kind of break up the monotony, um, especially for this podcast. So don't worry, it's not
Yeah.
going to be Final Fantasy IX forever.
For the next 4 weeks.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. You should check out Torchlight or something like that, and
Yeah.
report back to me next week, sir.
Yeah.
Before we go, I just want to say, well, in about 15 minutes, it'll be Tuesday, September 9th, 2014, and it will have been 15 years since the launch of the Sega Dreamcast.
Ah, Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah.
Let's see, the awesome little console that couldn't because nobody liked it for some fucking reason. So,
Yeah, I wanted to have like a big retrospective on it this week, but I know that you never owned a Dreamcast or anything like that, so.
I did, and I still played a couple. I mean, I played some on it.
Hmm.
Like wherever I could. Like, I've never really been a console person. So
I know. And I'm gonna change that this year, but
you're not changing it.
I'll change something.
I
Damn it.
got you to become a PC gamer.
Yeah, so it can go both ways.
No, it can't.
We'll see. Anyway, I mean, I just wanted to bring that up. 15 years, it's a long fucking time. For a console that lasted 3 years at most. I don't even think it lasted that long. I think it was like 2 years, but I miss that system, man. That was a great system. That was a great time for video games, and I kind of wish I had that same spark now.
Oh yeah, what was that game that you like on it?
Jack Ryan Radio?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Are you sure? Because we were playing it that one night, and I was like, "This is so awesome!" And you're like, "I don't fucking get why this is even good." Graffiti game?
Yeah, no, that's one of your. That's what I know. That's one of your favorite games from there. But it was another one. It was. Oh shit! It had a. I want to say it was like a JRPG style.
Skies of Arcadia. That was one I really liked.
Dreamcast game. Now, it had like a single. Oh shit! I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't
can't
know.
remember what it is. I'm gonna look through this list and I'll find it eventually though. So, but yeah,
I liked a lot of games for Dreamcast. There were a lot of really great games for Dreamcast.
yeah.
So, I don't remember any of them off the top of my head. So, anyway, for 15 years, if you've got a Dreamcast, go out and play it. If you don't, go out, buy one, play it.
Buy one.
Yeah. They're like $20 now. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Fuck it, I'm gonna go out and buy one. I don't care. I've bought them like 4 times. I'll buy another one. It's a great system for to like waste 5 minutes on and then sell it.
Yeah.
So,
dude, you should do that. That's what we should do. Like, we should really try to get together this weekend or something. If at all possible. If not, whatever. And like get a Dreamcast and just play the fuck out of it.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
So, all right, man. Well, with that, anything else you want to say?
That's all I got.
If not now, then forever hold your peace, motherfucker.
I'm holding it. Hang on. I'm holding it now.
All right. Well, that's been our show.
I was acting like I was holding my dick.
Yeah, I was trying to take away from that, but thanks for bringing it up.
Well, I got to make sure that the audio listeners, know what's going on.
What's going on.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Fuck it. This podcast is over. I'm tired. You're tired. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right.
All right. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see y'all next week.
Durga Durga.